Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues, playing as the Provisional Republic of Texas. Now fighting against the Kaiser, who is hopelessly distracted in his war against the NCR into the west, and I think I'm predicting that this is going to turn into one heck of a slaughter in my favor. Very, very excited about some of that. We have a bit of political power to play with. Is there anything else I really care to change? I guess we could try adding in a new research advisor or something. Mercenaries? You know what, we can afford to lose a little bit of political power, that's fine. Let's go for some battle-hardened mercenaries, get that little extra bit of organization as we go. So the Kaiser is trying to rally in at least a few locations, and, you know, he's doing his thing. He's sort of making a little progress on that front, but it's not going to be nearly enough, nearly fast enough. Good lord, game, please stop freezing up on me. I really would like to move forward at a reasonable pace. Gosh, dang it. What did I just select up? I don't know who I selected up there, but it doesn't matter too much. All right, you guys go over here. Help me out over here. Help me over here. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're going to try to wipe these guys out as quick as we can and save the NCR, the two republics. And that will bring, of course, democracy to the New World. Of course, we'll have to decide what we want to do after that. The destruction of the Kaiser is a worthy goal, but I kind of like being the biggest player on the block. So, I don't know. Maybe we decide we don't like California. There was a time in Earth history where Texas and California didn't like each other all that much. So we could revitalize that and just say, screw it, we're going ahead and taking down California. I don't know, doesn't seem that important to me. What the heck else do I even need with factories at this point? We've reached the point where it's snowballed. Nothing matters. Nothing matters to me at all. And here's the weird thing, right? So the Provisional Republic of Texas, I was complaining a lot about it over the last few videos, saying the fact that we can't get technology is a major hindrance. And it is. I stand by that. It definitely hurts us. We could be a lot more powerful if I still had access to my Brotherhood level of tech. So you have to be careful about your timing of when you form Texas. But look at this 100,000 manpower we've got as Texas. That is ludicrous. If we can at least get midway down the tech tree and then have 100,000 manpower and just swarm across the globe, like, that is more than enough, dude. It is more than enough to win this game and obliterate everything. That's just a ludicrous amount of manpower, and I credit a lot of that to our deputies for deputies, national folks that we picked up, which is giving us a load of extra recruitable population. But still, dude, it's so stinking much. It's just ridiculous. Hi, guys. Guess what? You finally get to join the front lines. Yeah, isn't this a great time for you? Let's just go ahead and tell you all to get down over here and try to get into Gente del Sol. I want to crush them. I want to crush them all. What purple line are we missing over here? You. Ah, forgot to actually tell this guy to go. Go! We aren't even fighting at our full strength! What do you know? Oh, we're not deciphering anything. Do you know why? Because it's pointless! It is pointless to try and decipher anything, I've decided. It takes forever, and it's not fun. It's not a fun thing to do. We are using up a bit of infantry equipment. The good news is I have an unbelievable amount of it left, so I don't really care. We are using up a little bit of support equipment, but I've got 50,000 left, and I'm outproducing everything else as well. So as long as we keep up on manpower, which we are doing as we continue to get more states and put out more garrisons, they screwed, dude. Why haven't you finished this off? You have no excuse. Just admit your failure and commit seppuku. Okay? That's all. Yeah, there's no other solution allowed. I thought I was supposed to be the good guy in this series. Ridiculous. I'm noticing, by the way, the lighting is terrible in this video. Apologies, this is what happens when you have daylight savings time in the United States. We've crossed that threshold. Now there's at least some sun when I get up in the morning, which is great, but when I come back from work, it's already dark. Not the best. When I get my own house, I will set up a proper recording studio with real lighting. That'll be a good day for me. A very, very good day for me. Look at all these freaking cars. It's a hilarious fleet. It makes me happier than it really should, probably. Why don't you get in here and grab Gente City real quick. There we go. I just like saying Gente City. Tucson also needs to die. That's no problem. Tucson instead of Tucson? Is that what it is? Tucson? I know where Tucson is. I don't think it was that far down south, though, so no, probably not. But Tucson is one of the suburbs of Phoenix. I lived in the Phoenix area for many years of my life, in the valley, so to speak, in Arizona, surrounded by mountains, the Estrella Mountains and everything else around there. Yeah, it was pretty fun. But Phoenix is massive as a city. Like, massive. First off, this is a very generous interpretation of the river. That's the Agua Fria River, I believe. Very generous. Not nearly that big, nowhere near that much water. But yeah, Phoenix is huge, and the suburbs are just sprawling. It is absurd. Like, almost the entire population of the state is in that one city. Woohoo! It's fun stuff. Hey, let's go ahead and grab things like that. And you guys get down here and grab Tierra City. Alright, we're just going to try to force these guys to capitulate, okay? That's all we're trying to do. Just get up over here, then get up to Tucson. Just do all those things, alright? So yeah, I think the Kaiser has not much longer to live. New Vegas is even getting a little bit of ground out of this arrangement. That's interesting. The NCR might take some land, and I admit that will irritate me quite a bit. Traders from the Southern Empire. Very well. Give me money. I do want to eat these guys up, but we also want to consider justifying a war goal against the NCR, preferably before the war ends, because I think that's the fastest way for me to justify. Once we are not at war, I think it takes a lot longer all of a sudden to win this. So, Caesar's Legion, they are the only leader of the faction. They are 83% of the way towards capitulation. We have taken enough land that we will be able to take whatever we want. So at this point, I think I just take all of you and say, go for Phoenix. Everything involving Phoenix, go. Okay? That's all I care about. The rest of you, get over here to Flagstaff. I've been to Flagstaff, too. Flagstaff is beautiful. Flagstaff's getting up to the northern half of Arizona, where you got mountains, and you got trees, and lots of forests and stuff. Some pretty decent skiing areas, too. Not quite as good as, you know, Colorado. Been there, and that's even better, but still, you know, it's nice. It's very, very nice. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Okay. 84% of the way to capitulation. I think as soon as we get to Phoenix, basically the war is over. And all we have to do is punch through at least a little bit more. So if you guys all can head down toward Phoenix, and you guys all head towards southern Phoenix, that should be the end of it. We're just looking for any loose ground for me to just poke in there, though the NCR is getting in there as well. I don't think it's going to take me more than a month to justify this war. I'm going to go ahead and start the justification now. It's only going to cost me 8 political power, which is, of course, very, very cheap, but hey, I am A-okay with that. I would like to go for a little bit more infrastructure construction speed. Civilian and military factory construction speed? Really? Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and grab the infrastructure, because that might be relevant to something I need to build to get some more supply lines up toward the front. Maybe. The fall of Flagstaff? Ha ha ha! I didn't even know you had this many slaves. I have my suspicions. It is, after all, the Kaiser. Where are you? You have nothing to do? Okay, tell you what. You're going to set up down over here at the Pecos Colony. Okay, you're going to be set up this way. You're going to set up along over... There's a bunch of different lines we got to get through over here, unfortunately. We'll set up down here, and we'll set up down over here, and we'll set up down over here. And we'll take some of you guys, go over here, some of you guys go over here. And you pretty much just need to try to get up this way as well. Okay. We'll micromanage them later. I just want to make sure we get some troops in position, so as soon as this war is ready to go, we can finish them off. We are getting a little surrounded down here by Gente del Sol. We probably should not be pushing forward any further than we already are. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and move this way, though. Still need the rest of you guys to just punch on through here to Tucson and South Phoenix. There shouldn't be much left. Can you just go around them? Alright, sure, no, yeah, that's fine. Just fight, just, you know, smash into them. When in doubt, just smash. It's fine. I don't really care. Oh, no, oh, no, we're not surrounded. I thought maybe we were getting surrounded, but we're okay. We're okay. Alright, we'll just go ahead and do a jump cut. I'm gonna get Phoenix real quick. Okay, we have a claim not against the NCR. We don't have Phoenix yet, but we do have our claim against the Pecos Colony, and I guess I'll go ahead and fight them. Technically, if they decide to join Caesar's Legion when I'm about to finish off the Kaiser, that's actually completely fine, and I have no problems with that. Looks like we are already picking a path that grabs all the victory points, so I should be able to just ignore that war from there. We are very close to North Phoenix, almost there with this last motorized. Get on in there, grab it. Got it. Is that going to end up being enough? Well, let's just get into South Phoenix to guarantee it. That is a long enough pause. I think that's it. There we go. A little hiccup. Boom. Okay, so the Pecos Colony did not join with them. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I don't really care. So, who all is getting war score? Looks like the NCR is getting a fair bit of this. So, I'm going to go ahead and have to decide what I want to take. First off, I want some good front lines I can use against the NCR, preferably with some airports and other such things. Oh, looks like we actually do get to take territory from these guys if I so desire. Fun. I don't desire yet, but eventually I might. So let me plan out a good peace deal. Okay, I think that's about it. There's a little bit of border gore going on here, mainly in this area, where apparently the NCR and I decided to fight a little bit over getting, what is this, Boulder City? Yeah, but that's fine. I'm not really intending on holding on to it. I just wanted to go ahead and grab it for the sake of it. We did get all this territory up here, though, which is pretty nice. So out of this arrangement, what do we gain? I'm going to go with a lot. Well, first off, freed slaves. We get 126 new states. Also, no manpower, actually. It said we got manpower, but it lied. So this is the new Provisional Republic of Texas. We're looking very, very strong, aren't we? Yes, and we're about to finish off the Pecos colony as well. Now is the time to set up a true force against the NCR. First off, who do you have in your faction? A few folks, I think, a couple up over here and stuff. You got New Reno, which is interesting. So we're going to have to fight basically the entirety of the United West Coast. That's fine, though. Honestly, I have absolutely no objection to that. We're going to go ahead and set up a few front lines. And this will take me a second to get ready, but I think that this will be fine. We'll have a very large united front we can use to just start pushing aggressively against the NCR in this general vicinity. We don't have any way of getting to my land up over here, so I think we're kind of stuck on that front then. Yeah, actually, there's only one area we can fight with the NCR, and that's literally on this one front. Well, I suppose that simplifies things a little bit, though I'm a little concerned about whether we're going to have enough supply. It doesn't look absolutely atrocious. Let's go ahead and build that up. Since we got more than enough factories, let's also make sure we are getting enough airports in the nearby vicinity so that we can continue sending the air support against the NCR. Because these guys actually will have the ability to give me some trouble. They will. They will give me trouble. But it's alright. We'll beat them anyway. Okay, it's a bit of an ugly mess over here. I fully acknowledge it, but that's fine. We're getting all our troops in position. I'm very concerned about our supply, but we will see what happens there. Can you guys please just quickly get into Van Horn? This should be easy. Just get in here and take Van Horn real quick. Thank you kindly. Hang on, some of you guys split up. Go this way. There we go. Okay, so the Pecos colony is about to fall. That's a little bit of extra land for me. I'll at least be able to clear out some of the ugly border gore currently besmirching this area. There they go. Take all states and Dunskies. Okay, that leaves me a couple more armies to work with, and these guys I'm going to go ahead and set up in a fallback line way back over here, just to try and keep them a little bit out of the supply zones. And if I need to send a few extras up to the front line, I can. I really think that I'm overdoing it grossly with these troops, but I'm honestly not sure how much it's going to matter. Alright, 12 days until we get to go and fight against these guys. How are we doing as far as our occupations? I imagine it's rather extensive. Oh, let's see. As far as compliance is concerned, most of these guys are looking pretty good. Lots of sporadic outposts, lots of states in various different countries that we have occupied throughout this playthrough. It's honestly been extremely aggressive. Chain Choir, a few other folks down over here. How are we doing as far as, like, Caesar's Legion, though? Lanius's cohort is costing me 29 divisions in order to keep them under control, but it's already supplying me with 43,000 manpower, which I think actually makes up more than what we're spending on it. So as long as we have equipment, and we do, then I don't think it matters. There's another 29-ish for Caesar's Legion, so yeah. And this is only going to get better as time goes on, because we can afford to do all the extensive patrols. I got more than enough manpower at this point. I wouldn't mind producing a few more guns and stuff to make sure that we are keeping on top of everything else, but beyond that, who cares? And guess what? I got 2 more armies about to deploy once again. It's sickening how much manpower Texas gets. Absolutely sickening, and I love it. I am absolutely shocked that right now we actually do seem to have enough supplies for this area. I am absolutely shocked that I can field 206 armies on the border of the NCR in just like 3 supply zones, and I am A-OK. Unbelievable. Alright. No, that's great. Alright. How much longer? 3 days. 3 days until we get to truly pit our might against the NCR. I wouldn't mind doing a little spying action against them, you know, just find out a little bit about what's going on in their territory. Let's get up over here, for example. Have a couple of spies, get some intelligence. How many troops do we think you have without intel? As many as 215. Greetings, Earth Monkeys. Your forebears have kept me prisoner in that dreaded cage for almost 300 of your Earth years. Thankfully, one of you was stupid enough to let me go. I will enjoy reducing your families to subatomic ash and calling upon the Great Armada so your oceans can be drained, strong and meek enslaved, and Zetan rulership established over the ruined mud pit. Signed, Commander Keen of the Zetan Star Armada. Pardon? You know what? Fake news. I'm going to go ahead and say that's just a troll message somewhere. That's all it is. I'm here to conquer the NCR. Anything else doesn't matter. Asked to join the NCR. Is a thing we could do. Is a thing I don't care to do. We are declaring this war, and I'm just going to go ahead and launch a full-out assault. And I know everyone's set to be aggressive right now, so we may take some serious losses, but we're not going to lose nearly as much as he does. Oh, wow, he's got a lot situated around my territory. That's fine. Leave yourself vulnerable here so that I can easily punch through your meager front lines. Look at all that green. Look at it. Look at it. And we've got all this close air support and everything else. Oh, look, the Shady want to join in against me in San Francisco. Yeah, okay. Well, they actually are a little annoying, but only if you have to fight them one-on-one in their own territory, because there's, like, no vulnerable areas for you to attack. That's fine, though. Here comes New Reno. All right, so this is the true War of Ages, the true grand fight for Texas. We have to make sure that we can take on the entirety of their forces. What do we think that they have? Let's see. They've got potentially a lot of troops. I mean, I'm sitting on 254. They certainly have more than me combined, but does it matter in the end? I don't know. It's going to be one glorious fight as Texas. I know that for sure. If we lose, it will be a glorious finish. And you know what? Since I think we have enough supply to go around, let's go ahead and cancel these front lines. And yeah, I am going to be sending you guys up here to join up with your brothers. Let's set up a new front line right here, and you're going to be going up this direction. There we go. And let's set up another front line right along, I guess, here. And you are going to be going right along this direction. Not trying to grab Shady Sands. I actually would love to surround it because that's the easiest way to starve the NCR, which takes my number disadvantage and actually turns it into something that's completely negligible if the NCR is starved for equipment. Not that it necessarily matters. At least for right now, we are punching through these initial fights absolutely unopposed, getting tiny encirclements here and there because of just raw speed. That's one advantage I have. I got so much motorized this time around. I am fast. I am a speedy boy. No doubt about it. What are we missing as far as equipment here? We're missing a little infantry equipment and support equipment and stuff. Don't see that as being a problem. Think we're completely fine. Hey, look! 2 new armies! Alright, let's go ahead and add you guys into the fray there. You're gonna go over here, and some of you guys are gonna go over here, and we're gonna add some more over here, and there we go! We got 2 more legions to add to the pile! You're so screwed! What should we train next? How about a whole bunch of robots? I don't see why not. I mean, we got plenty of them, and they train really quickly. They're not especially powerful because we're very out of date in terms of our robot tech, but whatever. We'll go ahead and train one of those up real quick. And then, yeah, I think there's more motorized straight out. Oh, yeah, sure, they technically could cost me power and stuff, but does that really matter? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's completely fine. Let's go ahead and set up some of you guys. There we go. We'll just train up a couple more cohorts. Entire legions. You know what? At this point, based on my geography and my playstyle up to this point, I think it is safe to say that I declare myself to be the new Kaiser of Texas. This crown was one of the best investments I've ever made on this channel, undoubtedly. We are now the Kaiser of Texas, and the world shall bow before me! Okay, we are currently approaching the Hoover Dam. One big trick for me is going to be finding a way to get across this river and through this valley of death right over here. This place is an absolute death trap if you are not prepared for it. It's going to end up being fine because we're also attacking from the south, and as long as we can get up here to Dana Point, that's going to be my opening point to go ahead and punch through several different directions within the NCR, so we're going to be fine. But this is where I expect to take some serious casualties. We're already taking some serious casualties. I just don't think it matters because we have such an unbelievable numbers advantage. We can literally just throw men into the meat grinder, and they'll die from the rotten decay. It's actually a really horrible metaphor now that I think about it, but I think it's sort of right. Oh my gosh, are we finally going to get the dang Hoover Dam? I think we are. Oh my gosh. Jeez, dude, that finally happened. Hokey smokes. Yeah, the NCR is putting up one heck more of a fight than the Kaiser ever did. Good lord, what were we ever afraid of with him? He was zero threat, it turns out. These guys, woohoo! They can be a little on the tricksy side, though. These mountains are not working out well for me. But I think we are actually starting to break out a little bit, which is great. Heaven's Gate is fighting people. There's a war in heaven. That's great. We did manage to split their forces in this direction, so the Baja Peninsula is relatively cut off. They still are going to get supplies, thanks to all the posts, but at least they aren't going to be getting reinforcements, which means my armies are now free to just roam rampant down this direction, grab the rest of their territory, and move back. So that's all certainly looking quite nice. Let's see what else we want. Reliability or organization? I think just more organization for my special forces is probably going to be the best call for me. And if we can clear the rest of this out, that's a pretty good amount of enemies that will be dead, and I'm going to be very happy about that. They aren't going to be getting much supply, and now they've been completely cut off from the capital over in Shady Sands. So that's a pretty big win for me. These guys are fully encircled, and we are making significant progress down here in the south. Now, the big issue I'm seeing is that New Reno and such are actually sending a pretty good amount of troops after me, which is surprisingly proving to be a bit tricky. These guys being surrounded is not good. I'm not going to allow that to stand at all, so I need you guys to get the heck over here and make sure we get them back together. Oh, Lord, okay, see, this is not what you want to see. I need to stop attacking so we can actually hold out long enough to actually try to beat these guys down and save them, because that's a whole load of troops that somehow got lost. And I don't know what happened, but I don't like it. Alright, we were able to save them. Lost a few units in the process, though. We are taking a few casualties here and there. I see that some units are dying, complete lack of organization, not a lot of supplies. This is turning into a little bit of a cluster, mainly because there's just so much to control. But we're getting there. If we can just make a few more pushes, we got this. Where do we think he's going to be the most vulnerable? Well, right now, this place looks pretty vulnerable to me. If you guys can be grabbing things like Ashton, grabbing some of these valuable airports, etc., that would be certainly quite good. Get a few more supply points so we can keep our guys nice and healthy. Pin them down so he doesn't go anywhere. Thank you kindly. Where? Oh, God, what happened to you? Okay, actually, hold on. All of you guys need to sit tight. We've got more people surrounded because they're idiots. Or, more accurately, I'm an idiot for leaving them to get stuck. But yeah, they got surrounded and cut off because we completely lost our ground over here. Gosh dang you idiots. No, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. He's not going to have enough to deal with me. We're going to be okay. Can I save this, or I'm going to lose all these armies too? Okay, we are able to save them from the south. That's good. So now these guys can get the heck out of here. Good, because it wasn't looking very likely from up here in the north. Alright, I'm getting greedy. I'm making sloppy mistakes. I know it, so let's not do that anymore. Let's actually start tryharding this and play it right. Okay, we've once again reached the point where I feel comfortable telling my troops to go on the offensive, and you can see we're still gaining way more manpower than we are losing at this point. As long as we don't actually lose divisions, we are going to end up being okay. Let's go ahead and add on a few more Kingmen. I didn't even realize our powered armor units were called Kingmen. That's fun. We did get the Hidden Valley, so these guys should be very, very screwed. No organization. That's a huge army for the NCR and New Reno that is going to be eliminated. This guy is going to be completely cleared out as well. So all these last little pockets. We're also sending in a small strike force down this direction, who should ensure, well, if we go quickly enough, should ensure that we can make sure, prevent these guys from escaping. It's something looking a little bit less likely that's going to happen. Maybe it can, though. Can you possibly turn around and head this way? I'd like to cut these guys off from their retreat, just to make sure that there's nothing left here in the Baja Peninsula. Well, we're at least able to get these guys routed, so there we go. Okay, so yeah, little bit by little bit now. We are successfully making pushes through Southern California. This is where we have broken through. They got nothing left over here. I've now got 3, 4, 5, 6 more armies that I can now send to the front lines to push against the Shi and push in toward Shady Sands. Beautiful. So I know said starving the beast of the NCR was going to be a good strategy surrounding the capital. Oh wow, what just happened to my finger? I think I just broke the joint. I didn't. It's just slightly out of alignment. What happened? Holy crud. I know I said starving the beast of the NCR was a good way to go, but I am no longer convinced that's what I want to do. At this point, I think we can just go ahead and push like hell. It doesn't seem like they have too many more troops to resist me. Certainly nothing compared to what I've got. I think I've got them outnumbered on the front line like 3-1 or more, which is fine by me. Also, we just finished a whole new army of pure motorized, for example, that I can now send to that front line, which is still going to be unbelievably good. So let's see if I can send another army right here, for example, and we'll just try to cross the river all the way up this direction. If we can surround them up over here, even better. I don't know. But we're making some great progress. We do have to deal with these rangers at some point. These guys are going to be a little bit annoying. And it looks like the free fighters down over here are going to die to one of the Mexican AIs, which, I mean, as annoying as that is, I'm going to say not a big deal. I'll let them have it. Our economic advisors are reporting some extremely troubling news. Due to our spending sprees, our coffers are depleted. They are, in fact, depleted. Oh my gosh. Wait, how did we use up all that money? Oh my god. We're losing 200 per quarter? Right, well, we can sell some war bonds, I suppose, but, whoa! What the heck happened there? I'm a little concerned about what that could possibly mean for me. I'm not really sure, but I don't like it. Holy crud. Do I need to worry about losing all this money? The fall of Shady Sands. I saw it happen just now. That was it. Oh, wait, traders from Hawaii. Hawaii? Sure, I'll take a little bit of money for some stability, I suppose. Stability is quite good, even though we are at 100%, despite the fact that we've been at war for a while. Seriously, what the crud have I done to this thing? Oh my gosh. It's completely messed up. Anyway, so the capital of the NCR has fallen. This is good. We are making solid progress. We've also opened up a nice line right here. I'm going to tell all of you guys, basically, to flood over this direction instead and attack them from a new angle, because I think that that's going to be worthwhile. Gaboom. You guys don't have anywhere to go. Tell you what, I'll also send you up over this way. And we're going to head up toward New Reno and Reading. That should be good. Oh yeah, the NCR's western flank is now completely crumbled. We're just having trouble pushing up past the mountains into the Ranger Citadel, and the Shi are still putting together a pretty good fight. San Francisco usually ends up being able to field a surprisingly large army for a relatively small nation, but if the NCR can't scramble more motorized over here to the west, then yeah, on aggressive, we are just gonna crush. It is time to get into New Reno. So, how much longer do we think until they are ready to fall? The answer is they are 96% of the way there, and we have not yet taken any of New Reno's territory, and I think that's got to be a priority, is to try to get up over here to guarantee that I can take some of their territory. But with some motorized and completely no opposition in the way, that should be relatively easy to do. If we can get up to Sac City and then up to Reading, I think we'll have them down for the count. Just need some of you guys to get over this way. Anything at all. I don't even need you to get New Reno directly. Just take at least something from them. Though at this point, they've actually engaged in combat with me. I'm pretty sure I'll get to take what I want anyway. But you get the point. So now we get to push in. There we go. Okay. The 80s is still expanding, and they took on Heaven's Gate and won. Look at them go. Wow. You know, I know the 80s got like an update in like 2.0, but oh, wait, never mind. There we go. That was not nearly as much equipment as I was expecting. Did we actually burn through, like, all your equipment? Holy crap. Alright, so, guess what? We are the only war participant in a massive war against an entire faction, and we win, which means I gotta take everything for myself. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. Look at all the blue filling in everywhere. Oh, it's amazing. And there it is, the Provisional Republic of Texas. We call it a republic. It's a republic in loose terms only. It's now massive, though the font did not grow nearly as much as I think I was expecting by the end of this. But whatever, that's completely fine. And boom, by the way, notice we over doubled our manpower throughout the course of this war. We're looking at 227,000. My God, it's amazing. And I really need to figure out what the heck I've done to my poor finger. It is completely messed up. It feels like I need to pop the joint, but it won't. Anyway, alright, so that is a very good place for us to end this series, because there's absolutely no challenge left at this point. We will have to come back to Old World Blues at some point in the future, but I had a lot of fun with this. I do think that the build that I'm on may still have a few errors as far as just basic things like, I don't know, the trade didn't work the way I wanted, that organizational map marketplace still isn't working, and I do think that Texas getting completely messed up in terms of tech is a little unnecessary, but we more than made up for it with raw numbers, and I ended up having a very fun time playing in 3.0 Monster of the East. And who is the monster at the end of the day? Turns out, it's me. Or Rusk. I don't know, whichever you prefer. Thank y'all for watching, hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
Alright, let's go ahead and do it.